Welcome to the Root Cause Revolution podcast with functional and integrative nurse nutritionist and energy medicine practitioner, Audrey Christie.
Hey friends, welcome to episode 272 of the Root Cause Revolution podcast. I am so excited that you're here today. Today we're talking probiotics. We are touching on bone broth, and we're talking about certain vitamins that you should take, that everyone should take, right? That most people should take, and it's not a multivitamin. So welcome. If this is your first time listening, I'm your host, Audrey. I am a root cause clinician, and I specialize in helping you to stop masking symptoms and start healing for good. So if you are ready to rebalance your body, stop using Band-Aids to mask your symptoms, then you are absolutely in the right place. Before we get started today, I want to talk to you about my favorite skincare company, Blissoma. And Blissoma is an amazing company. They are all vegan, gluten-free, cruelty-free. They don't use retinoids, intense acids, neuropeptides, any of those yucky things. Their products are entirely free of petrochemicals, gluten. I think I said that already. And they are absolutely the perfect option for anyone who has sensitive skin, or sensitive to several different types of botanicals. They're made right here in the USA. They use ingredients like organic cucumbers and celery and carrots. It is an absolutely amazing skincare line, and our friends over at Blissoma have given us 30% off with the coupon code ROOTCAUSE. You can get 30% off of any of their travel or trial size products. I have the link for you right here in the show notes page. I hope you will give them a try. It has become my new favorite self-care routine. All right, let's dive in. So Fridays, which is today, we like to do an Ask Audrey episode. And so I take some of the questions that I have gotten via the link in the show notes where you can ask questions at audreychristie.com/question. I take stuff from our Women's Wellness Circle, our free Facebook group. And I take questions that people direct message me. So here's what we have today. So the first question is, can you tell me about the probiotics that you recommend? I need a link for good probiotics. My gut is feeling the need. I have been slowly changing so much in my diet, but my weight isn't moving. My joints and my energy feel awesome, so that's a plus, but I need help with my gut. All right. So in response to that, here's the thing. We have audreychristie.com/fullscript. That is linked in the show notes. Under digestive support, you will see a couple of options. If you notice if you look at kind of all the options, the things that they have in common is that they are all top allergen free. So no dairy in those. They all have a guaranteed cell count of 30 to 50 billion. Why that many? Most people need at least 30 billion. So it's interesting that, you'll see a lot of really expensive probiotics out there that have like 3 billion CFU. They're not really going to do any good. So you're going to want to pick one of those, start taking them. And when you are having 2 well-formed bowel movements every single day, then you know that your probiotics have done a good job. Put the lid on them, store them however the bottle says. Some are shelf stable, some need to be refrigerated, and don't use them again until you need them. When might you need them? If you have any digestive upset, if you have to be on any antibiotics for any reason or any other medication that is gut damaging, then pull those babies right back out. So yeah, audreychristie.com/fullscript. You'll see a couple options. So I used to give you the options right here on the podcast. And the reason why I'm not doing that anymore is because people will go to Amazon and buy them. And then they'll reach out to me 6 weeks later and they're like, Audrey, your probiotic didn't work. And I'm like, okay, which one did you buy? Okay, great. And where did you get it from? Well, I got it from Amazon. Okay. Amazon lets anybody sell anything on their site, right? So often, and then they store them in warehouses, or they allow you to store them and ship them. And I know this because I used to sell products on Amazon as well. So health, like my own line of health products on Amazon. And so what happens is that a store or a warehouse or a company has a closeout on a bunch of almost expired or expired items, and or even perfectly good items, and they buy them in bulk. And then Sally's supplement sales stores them in the trunk of her car. And every time she gets a ping on her phone that she has an order, she runs up to the post office, pops the trunk, and takes a supplement bottle out. Or it's stored in the big Amazon warehouse, and the same thing happens. The problem with that is, and I'm going to go off on a tangent here, get out my soapbox. The problem with that is that certain supplements have to be stored a certain way in order to maintain their integrity, their clinical integrity, their ability for them to do any good for you. So if it's been stored in Sally's supplement sales trunk of her car, she drives around Arizona then, or Michigan, anywhere, then it likely hasn't been under the proper care that it needs in order to have the best bang for its buck. So never, I won't say never. There are very rare supplements that I recommend on Amazon. Most of the time you want to go get clinical grade, pharmaceutically stored supplements from a trusted source like FullScript. All right, putting my soapbox away. All right, the next question is in the same vein along the lines of supplements. And this person asks, are there certain vitamins that most people should take? Is it best just to take a multivitamin? And this is kind of a loaded question. So the purpose that a multivitamin serves, if you can find a whole food multivitamin, again, you can go to audreychristie.com FullScript to see what I suggest there. But a whole food daily multivitamin certainly doesn't hurt. My multivitamin comes in my protein shake that I take every morning or that I drink every morning. It serves two purposes. One is to give me a little shot of protein before I go to the gym. And the other one is to knock out any gaps that might happen in my nutrition. If you have to choose between a whole food daily multivitamin, because they can be expensive, or taking an omega-3 vitamin D3 plus K2 and magnesium, then I would much prefer you'll get much more bang for your buck, much more health benefit from taking an omega-3, usually 2,000 to 4,000 milligrams, depending on the quality of the supplement. And y'all don't buy your supplements at Costco and Sam's either, or Walmart or Walgreens or any of those places. But taking a nice, good quality omega-3, taking a vitamin D3 K2, preferably drops, and then taking a nice magnesium glycinate or glycinate, tomato, will do you much more. You'll get much more bang for your buck in your health than taking a whole food daily multivitamin. All right. Our last question today. I think we answered the bone broth question last week. So if you haven't listened to last week's episode, go listen to it. But I did just check episode 260, and that one was actually about essential oils for thyroid and then prevention of dementia. So the question is bone broth good for you, and what does it do for you? And do you have any info on how to make it? And so, yes, it is good for you. It provides a really good supply of collagen, some rarely consumed amino acids. It's got some other micro and macronutrients that can be extremely healing to the gut. It can improve skin. It can help joints heal. However, if you're making it, or buying it, it's really critical that only bones used from trusted sources of healthy animals are used. So you don't just want to go buy your discount steak, your discount chicken, and save your grocery bones, your conventional bones from your grocery meat, right? That does more harm than good. Incidentally, if bone broth isn't your style, it's not particularly my style, then you can get a lot of these same benefits in a nice collagen powder too. You can look, if you're in the wellness circle, if you're in the women's wellness circle, that link is below. You can just join and I'll get you added in there. Then I posted a nice recipe on how to make your own bone broth. But again, trusted source. You want to be making sure that you're only using like grass-fed, grass-finished beef bones, for example, or free-range chicken bones, for example. Okay. Otherwise, you're doing much, much more harm to your human suit than good. And if we're asking about bone broth and we're doing all the things, then we want to make sure that, we're using the best ingredients possible. Also, lastly, we had a lot of questions about proton pump inhibitors and antacids. And so if you're in the women's wellness circle or want to join us, I did a mini masterclass in there about those types of medications, heartburn meds, antacids, PPIs, and why you need to remove those from your daily routine. So definitely check that out. All right, friends, thank you so much for listening. Again, I want to remind you about Blissoma. Our code will run out soon, I think. I'll have to get that date for y'all. But blissoma.com, link in the show notes. Use code ROOTCAUSE for 30% off of all travel and trial sizes. If you don't have a skincare routine, absolutely get one. If you do, try it. Thanks so much for listening. I'll see you next time.
Thank you for listening to the Root Cause Revolution podcast. Be sure and subscribe on your favorite podcast provider. Ratings and reviews are always appreciated.